welcome back to the Wolf Den. I'm going to continue our build of the 1/60th scale Gundam Unicorn. Continue on with the feet here and the legs, where we kind of left off last stream. Got a couple parts to add to the feet, and then they'll be all done. Mostly these fin pieces on the side. Let's runner had an air bubble in it. All my minion twins is out there peeking, dying. I'm out here thugging, doing what I gotta do. But it's hard to be a gangster when them heroes after you. Do a little cleanup here. Spitting bomb, praying that they'll end up dead. When I'm awake, and even when I sleep, the only thing I see is robots coming after me. Truth is we're dying all the time, and another of my brothers always. Hope everybody's been having a good week so far. Floating up to heaven, sacrifices for our boss. This life ain't easy, not gonna lie. Headed toward the battle, knowing that I'm gonna die. Been looking forward to continuing on with this build. It's been really hard to not just start putting this thing together. But if I did that, then I'd have no content, and I'd have to figure something else out for tonight. I mean, there's plenty of video games I could play, sure, if I really wanted to. But as much as, hey, Kinetic. And while I love video games, I am not the best at them. Mostly just me running around trying to figure out what to do next. And that gets kind of boring. Yep, God of War is very much like that. That's me in particular game genre. Oh, there's several that I like, Kinetic. For a long time, kind of my bread and butter was the survival horror genre. I got introduced to the Resident Evil series back on the original PlayStation, and that was kind of my go-to game series. And then I found Silent Hill back then as well, that I absolutely loved. Makes me sad that Konami won't be, well, at least as far as any current plans go, won't be continuing that series since they had their falling out with Hideo Kojima. But lately it's been more action-heavy games. The latest in the God of War series,
which Sydney's playing now because I recommended it to her and showed her some of the gameplay and she liked it. Horizon's Forbidden West is one that I've been playing on stream from time to time. I think I've only, well, I shouldn't say time to time. I've played it once on stream. Those are probably the main ones. At some point, I'll probably be doing a playthrough of the Dead Space series on stream. Now that I've got a capture card that I can actually use for stuff. What about you? You're stuck in Helheim again? Oh, that's fun. Helheim takes a little bit of skill sometimes to get through. What about you, Kinetic? Do you have a particular game genre that you like? And Sydney, which area of Helheim are you stuck in? Lots of undergating on these pieces. I gotta clean up. And there's parts that go on top of those. Oh, Dragon Age Mass Effect. Oh, the Near Replicant remake. I still haven't played that one yet. I've heard it's really good. There's a lot of endings to the Nier series, so I can definitely understand that taking a little bit. And trying to get back on the ship. Oh, are you at the part... Sydney, are you at the part where you have to, you're on the floating ship trying to get back to the gate? And you highly recommend Near Replicant? Well, yeah, that makes sense that you'd play before Automata, because Automata is after the events of Replicant, right? Some little other color pieces here. Clean up. there's some more parts from that sprue that I need. That runner. That one there. You got off the ship. Now try to get back on it. Oh. Oh yeah, the ship is. There's, I think, a specific sequence you have to do, Sydney, to get back onto it. Indirect sequel, so you just play Automata before Replicant. What do you mean by major feels? Is there specific story cues that kind of play into each other from in each game? Man, these pieces need a lot of cleanup work. Well, there's a couple other pieces I need from this runner, I believe. Yes. 6 and 7. And Connect, don't worry too much about if, you know, anything's going to give spoilers. I'm not too worried about spoilers. Certain cameos and situations that have more impact if you played Replicant first. Okay, that's interesting. I like when companies do stuff like that. Because it when they bring back certain characters multiple times, it does have a lot more impact and make the worlds feel a little bit more connected. There we go. Once again, already putting things together wrong. Sounds like par for the course for this build. Still a little bit of that needs to come off of there. There we go. Because, I mean, isn't, like, the Nier series, isn't it technically the sequel to, what is it, Drakengard? Or, is that the name of the game? I don't remember now. But the one where you go around riding on the back of a dragon has a really weird ending. Okay, yeah, that is the game. Okay. Dragoon. Okay, yeah. Pops in there, like so. There we go. Oh, I'm still missing a piece. That's okay. That holds the rest of it together. Yes, it was, but it was kind of important because it kind of set up the whole thing with the Nier series. But yes, it was very weird. Okay, and this piece. So this will go. Oh, you finally got back on the boat. Good. I remember that section of Helheim, Sydney, being particularly annoying when I was playing it. Just because that area specifically, I felt a little lost. Not sure of what to do. Maybe that's a game I should play on stream sometime, is the God of War, the new one. Oh no. I feel that, Kinetic. Those chests are a pain. I think I finally gave up on getting them, and potentially, because I'm in New Game Plus now, I might try a little bit more now that I'm replaying with other equipment. I might actually be able to get them a little bit easier. Okay, these are the little armor pieces that actually go here. And now that I've completed the storyline of God of War, I can kind of go back and just do the searching. I still like go back and do all the Valkyrie fights, even though I don't necessarily know if I really want to do that. Because the Valkyrie fights are very, very difficult, even on the easier difficulties. This is a palm piece. Number 5. You know, Kinetic, if you could kind of get past some of the frustrating parts, and maybe you know, ignore some of the other aspects of it that get a little frustrating. It is a really good game and well worth playing at least once. It is nice because it is one of the few games out there that has New Game Plus, so you can continue it on with all the same equipment you had before and all the skills, levels, and everything, which makes it kind of nice to be able to do. And get some of the other stuff. Sydney, you still can't beat the Valkyries. Hey, that's not surprising. Like I said, those Valkyrie fights are extremely tough. The only one I've actually completed is just the one that you're required to do to move forward in the story. I'm assembling this just like it shows in the manual. Okay, this side goes here. Supposedly. Maybe. Is that just not lining up properly? Oh, there we go. I don't know if I'll ever actually finish the Valkyrie fights, just because of how difficult they are. But I'll give it the old college try at least. I'm not the type to usually fully 100% games. The completionist, I am not. I usually enjoy getting through the story, and that's about it. Some games I'll return to every once in a while. But God of War is one that is really good, but can be really, really frustrating. Oh, another game genre that I've enjoyed lately, well, that I've always enjoyed, is kind of the survival crafting games. You tend to go on a completionist rage when I'm too invested in the game. I can understand that. Definitely can understand that. I like seeing what the stories are like. Oh, got a few frame drops there. Okay. Let's my internet good? Seems to be. Okay. I don't get really invested in most games anymore. It's hard for me to get invested in a lot of games. Like a lot of people I know love the Souls games. And a lot of those are games that I never could get into. And those are games that I don't think I'd ever be able to even complete. But as I was saying, Kinetic, the other genre that I really like lately is like the survival crafting games. Minecraft. I like 7 Days to Die. One that I played a little bit on stream that's a little... I don't know if you'd really call it a survival crafting game. There is crafting in it. And there's definitely a little bit of survival. Is Generation Zero. Man, there's a lot coming off of this sprue. There it is. Yeah, building and crafting games. Oh, Subnautica is another one that I rather enjoy, even though the thought of actually being that deep in water with things that want to kill me is not always a pleasant thought. Especially when those things are just massive. Is like kind of like stories, more on story RPGs. Those were games that I played a lot. Like most of the Final Fantasy series I've played through. Mass Effect, some of the Dragon Age stuff, The Witcher, Xenogears, Xenosaga. There's a few others that I can't think of right offhand, of a lot of the more story-based RPGs that I absolutely loved, which I'm debating. I actually have for the PlayStation 3. I have some of the PlayStation classics. that I've thought about playing. I have on PlayStation 3, I have the original Xenogears on there that I've thought about streaming. Just because that was one of my favorite sci-fi fantasy JRPGs. How does this go? Oh, I've got it upside down. Okay. That explains that. I have Witcher 3 as well. It's a game I've never completed. I've never finished it. I've gotten a little ways into it. It's one of those games that I'll pick up from time to time, and then I'll fall out of interest on it, and then I will forget where I was at the next time I pick it up and go, oh, wait, I don't remember what I was doing. I might as well just start over. I tend to do that in the Fallout series, too. That's another series I've thought about streaming for some of my gameplay stuff, because the Fallout series, I have every game from the series, from the original isometric top-down turn-based RPGs from the PC all the way up to all the consoles. Hell froze over. Yeah. Well, that's kind of one of the comments that they kind of make in the game, is that it shouldn't be like that. But also in Norse mythology, Helheim is very different than what we think of as hell. As a matter of fact, the odd thing is in the Norse mythologies, there really isn't much of a description of Helheim, nor most of the other places in Greek mythology. The main things that you get any good description of, oddly enough, is Midgard, or Earth. And I think, if I remember right, I can't remember the actual proper name for it, but the actual domain of the gods. And I kind of miss that kinetic. So you tend to do that same kind of thing where where you just kind of forget where you're at, so you just start over. All right, kinetic. Okay. So this has slightly different instructions than the other one. That's kind of odd. But I did find it interesting, Sydney, that the depiction that they decided to go with for Helheim in that game was so cold. Makes me wonder if they were wanting to use it for or what am I trying to think of? For descriptive purposes, to show that things are not the same as they were. Wow, that's a lot of parts, and I think that is just the ankle joint. Okay, continuing on with the ankle joint. Or the other ankle joint. Anybody else out there ever get those annoying cramps in the ball of your foot for no reason at all? You get those all the time. As a matter of fact, I've got one right now. Okay. That's why, because I need the other one. So what I'm working on right now is, I'm guessing from looking at it, is probably the ankle joint. Because it kind of builds from the feet up. So I'm guessing that's exactly what this is. Oop. Is the ankle joint. If I had to guess. Which, this is a lot of parts for the ankle joint. But it looks like it gives it a fair amount of movement back and forth for posing. And I bet there are a lot of small pieces. Yep. Okay. Yep. So it is the ankle joint. So this will plug right in to there. But it does give it a lot of movement in those joints. Of course, when you compare this foot to the torso, it seems a little big. considering the foot's almost as long as the torso is tall. But I suppose when it comes to something like this, it makes sense because it would, one, spread out the weight, but also, I guess it would potentially make it more stable the bigger it gets. Yeah, the foot is bigger than the torso. What piece am I looking for now? Oh, that one. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. That is not fitting together the way it should.
Back to me clean heels. I got that custard, they pay me in clean bills. French toast, take the day off with hey, put them in your face. I got a lock on protein. That's why my figures stay so lean. I'm gonna dominate the whole scene. With
There we go. Now it should. What was the fastest gunpla I built? Oh. I'd have to say probably one of the original ones, the RX-78-2, the original Gundam from the original series. That particular one actually really only took me a couple hours to build. The Freedom Gundam, I mean, most of your smaller Gundams can be done usually within a day, depending on how much time you really take focusing on it and how familiar you are with them. I've built enough Gundams that I'm so familiar with them at this point that it really doesn't take a lot to build them for me. Ones like this take a while just because there's so many pieces to them. Because like most of your 1/144s, the amount of parts that I have just put together in the torso and the feet would typically be the same amount, or if not more, than what's in the entire box for one of those smaller kits. For instance, that heavy arms kit was I think 7 runners of parts. So 7 of these sheets. Whereas this one, just for the parts that I'm working on for the feet and the legs, is about 20 runners. And that's just for the feet and the legs. So one thing I usually recommend for Gundam builders is you've done a 1/144, at least that's from what your description was of the Strike Freedom that you did, is what you have for that one. 20 for feet and legs. But what I'd recommend is moving up their scale ladder, basically. So, like, your master grade is your 1/144s. Your high grade is their 1/100 series. A little bit bigger, a little bit more detail, a little bit more gimmicks. And then the perfect grade is obviously the biggest that they have. But they have another fairly newer grade that's the same size as your 1/144, but has a lot more intricacy, which is the real grade. And oh, look, yep, right there in the manual shows how that all plugs together. And I would probably recommend, if you can, try and real grade is a smaller kit. It's the same size as your 1/144s, as your master grade series, but they have a whole lot more detail, and there's some really neat engineering in them, in that they have parts that are jointed, like the legs or the arms, that actually move, but they're all injection molded on the same runner. So the entire arm is on one runner sprue, and it's all injected molded in one piece in different temperature materials, and is still flexible and has all the joints that work. As a matter of fact, hang on a sec. Whoop. So this is a real grade Sinanju, and the amount of detail in here is quite impressive. They have higher quality decals as well, and a lot more color molded parts that are a lot more intricate to put together. But the type of movement that you get is kind of interesting, because you actually get these kind of almost kind of realistic as to how something like this would actually potentially function. see if I can pop this off here real quick. But when you get the kit, like most of the pretty much, there's a few pieces that go on top of it, but the inner workings of this leg is all molded as one thing. And you also tend to get more on their more expensive kits like these. Now these are the real grades. If you're looking for something that's got a lot of detail, like I said, so the entire leg, the entire arm, all these joints are all molded on a single runner, with different colors, different temperature required materials, so that they can mold it all through their injection molding process, but still maintain all of the joints and connections. But if you're looking for something that's going to have a lot of really nice detail in it, real grades are oftentimes the way to go, because they're not as expensive as the perfect grades. Like I said in my last stream, the perfect grades are expensive. Most of them are $100 or more cost-wise, depending on how intricate they are and how detailed they are. Your real grades, typically you can pick up a real grade from Amazon for about $40 to $50 US. The real grades are also where you end up with a lot of this like metallic finish, what's called mechie plating, and this is actually plastic that's been plated in this metal finish material, gold, silver, that kind of stuff. And you get a lot more of those kind of pieces on a lot of this stuff. This and the perfect grades. I would recommend looking for real grades or the high grades, the 1/100s, before you move on to any of the bigger stuff. Potentially even looking at the high grade, the 1/100s, before doing any of the ones above that, because the more you get familiar with them and the more you build them, the more you'll see some of the intricacies. I'm hoping to get some more of the real grade kits to build on stream. It's just going to be a matter of getting them ordered, because I don't think anybody I know of, as far as retailers go, carry them in stock.
Heroes assemble!
Yeah, we'll show those bad guys.
Objection! Listen. I'm a lawyer and I'm
On to the Q runners.
and I fix my hair with glue.
And this is going to be a lot of the leg pieces.
But maybe they do. They don't. Aww.
Hey, wait, come on, you're going way too fast.
Tough break, butthole. You gotta go way faster. I go really fast. I never take it slow. I can break the speed of sound.
I'm his buddy, but I can't keep up at all. Out of breath and there's a countdown. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, not a problem, Kinetic. I like to see people who get into stuff like this.
Do you ever think maybe
And,
we
you know,
bad guys?
I was at a point where, I didn't have a lot of experience with them. I just had the advantage of only being able to get some of those lower end kits, but because of that, it better prepared me for doing some of these more advanced kits like the real grades and the perfect grades. Because especially the real grades, there are a lot of very, very fine parts that are easily broken. And it's a very sad day when you accidentally break a part. As a matter of fact, I've got a real grade that I want to redo because in moving and transportation, it actually got a few pieces broken and are missing.
Never mind. I'm a bad guy, but I saved a bunch of kids. Got a conscience.
7Q9.
Boss, your body counts 1,000. They're stacked up like a mountain. You serve up executions all across.
There's Q9.
Yeah.
To me, I like to kill a wildlife. Stomp a mushroom with a tissue. I maybe dig a vegetable and feed it to a frog. What will it do?
And I mean, even when it comes to some of those 1/100 kits, there's some really neat ones of those out there too. For instance, I have, I don't know, Kinetic, if you saw the pictures I posted in Tip's Discord. Most of those kits, except for the one I just showed, the Sinanju, most of those were all
No tears, my friend. Only dreams.
master grade and high grade. That's one of my other perfect grades. The other perfect grade I have, I don't have out on display because I don't have a stand for him. He didn't come with the stand, unlike this one and that one with the LEDs. What parts do I need? Ah, and it's a polycap part. Oh, number one. I think it's the first picture though that I posted on there has one. That is the Gundam Astray Gold Frame, and it's one of the high grade kits that actually has a whole bunch of mechie plated parts. There's another plastic piece that goes inside that. This, I'm guessing, looking at it, is probably the hip joint. Oh yeah, that's the hip joint, all right. And And there's a polycap that needs to go in this other side. Should be number 5, right? Oh no, number 4. Aw. I'm jealous, Sydney. I want puppy cuddles. Okay, yeah. 1 hip joint. There's probably additional pieces that fit to this. Oh, yep. From the Q runner. Which is... where? Ah, there we go. 21? No, Q1. Ah. Your cat's still wandering around the neighborhood. You got a cat that likes to go prowling. And this piece fits over like that. Yes, Callie would definitely do that. Very much so. By the way, Kinetic, what'd you have for breakfast? Anything good? Okay, now to repeat those exact same steps. So I need this piece. Okay. And rice, hot dogs, and eggs. Okay, that's a... That's an interesting combination. I could see how it goes together, though. I really can, because that's... Because rice and hot dogs alone goes together. Too many carbs. When you throw the eggs in there, it's kind of like a breakfast burrito without the burrito. You think she's either trying to find me or get away from Ray? Yeah, my money's on she's trying to find you. Number 1, right? Yeah. That goes in there. That is not the piece that I need. There it is. There's the piece I need. I was worried I cut it out and then lost it. Well, I mean, it should be that surprising. Considering, you know, she really bonded to you and not to them, so. Okay. Other hip joint is almost done. I just gotta find the last piece there. There it is. Man, at the rate this is taking me, this is gonna be a part a night. Or a body part a night. Or longer if I keep dropping stuff like I keep doing. Alright, Kinetic, you have a good night, or morning, day, whatever time it is for you. And thank you for hanging out. Okay. 2 hip joints all together. Oh, feel free to come back anytime. I typically stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, so. That's the hip joint. Now what's it got me doing? Ah, there we go. Boy, this thing has me jumping all over the place as far as parts go for this leg. Because I know I recognize this part from my smaller build. This is on the back of the lower leg. And this is a little cover that covers a little booster. Okay. Lots of undergating on this one too. Let's hopefully try and get this cleaned up this time so I don't have as many problems as I did before. Well, as I did with the chest, where I kept missing undergating and things didn't fit together properly. Even after the stream was done, going over that part, going back into the chest area, I still found parts of undergating that I had missed. And I was still cleaning it up. There we go. That is a lot of cleanup work. Now, what other part? Ah, back to the Psycho Frame parts. That one there. That's true, she did bond to me. And yeah, I don't yell and scream at her, because that is not... You'll never get anything out of a dog by yelling and screaming at him. Okay, why is that not popping in there the way it should? There we go. Ooh, that was loud. I don't know how loud that was for you guys, but that was pretty loud for me. And back to the Q runners. Q3. Q3. So yep, that's what I thought. These are the little boosters. Now there's a part that goes in there. What part is that? Oh, it's a white piece. Yeah, I figured it probably was, considering how loud it was for me, but with the filters I've got on my mic, I don't know just how loud it was. Okay. There's that. And this presses in here. I will say it kind of scared me with how loud it was. I thought it, I was worried for a second that it might have broke. Oh, that's kind of neat. Gives you a little bit of a two-tone look with the little booster piece. And it just pops in there like so. Yep. Extremely loud. I kind of wish I was paying attention to my levels on that when that happened, because I'm pretty sure it probably peaked the monitor. T. So that is, where's T? T. There we go. Oh yeah, there's the leg pieces. So T17 is this guy here. There's that one. Oh, nope. Not doing that side yet. I need the same side. Otherwise, that'll cause all kinds of problems and confusion. Mostly for myself. And then F9. There. Let's grab the other one of those real quick. Yep. Are these undergated? Yes, they are. Good thing I checked. you 28, right? Yeah. These are little pieces that are both design parts of it, but also functional, because these act as locks for the transformation. There's a little bit undergating there to clean up. Clean this up so everything moves smoothly. Oop, undergating there. Let's clean that up. There. Clean this part up here. There's a lot undergating on this one. You know what? This is going to be easier to do this way. I really need to get a new hobby knife because this one is getting worn out. It keeps loosening up on me. It's bigger pieces. We're going to go like this. This, like this. And this piece goes on there. Oh, good. I'm glad it's working better. Did they get some of the stuff resolved with it so that it's not stuttering all the time? There we go, just like that. And then K15, so that's probably one of these guys here. Yep. K15. No, but that's the part I'm looking for. Oh, okay, that's... I need these. Ah, yeah, that'll do it. Okay, there we go. Now there's the parts that I missed because I wasn't fully looking at the instructions. So I need T18 and T24. Those are going to be here. There we go, right there. There. Oh yeah. Okay. This makes sense. Oh, no. There we go. There we go. It kind of rotates into place. And these pop onto here like that, and then lock into there. This can rotate out a little bit. These kind of flare out. I am very excited to see this thing done because this will be very interesting. And let's do that part again here. Oh, that is the wrong sheet. There we go. Okay, this is coming along nicely. And this goes in here, like so. Let's move those back because I'm slowly running out of room. Now for the lower leg portions, which looks like it's just a single long piece here and here. And looks like the longer pieces, yep, from here. That one, and that one. There. Oh, that would explain it. I think I've got my camera just a little bit off from where I had it before. That seems a little better. That piece goes in there. And rinse and repeat. Okay. I think here, once I kind of wrap this part up a little bit, we'll get the last few little pieces on here. This part. And I think we'll take a little break. Oh. Helps if I put these on the right way. we'll get these side panels done, and then looks like we'll be flipping over to the other side of it. Might get through the legs tonight. We'll see.
Ready to break the scales. Got that fire.
18, 19. This guy here.
Back with the fury, power in the air. I found yourself in a dungeon lair. Ain't no way
At least part of the legs we'll get through.
going hard on the mushroom tip. Going large on the turtle grip. Spin around and you shall get flipped. Mess around and you will
Not through all of it, I don't think.
right here. And get that tail in gear. I want that
Not at the rate it's taken, but that's okay.
put you in a trance. My game is so advanced.
And F runner. Here we go. Looks like we've got F5. Every time I take something off of the F runner, I keep thinking. It makes me think of the almost nonsensical naming conventions of the Fast and the Furious series. There we go. Moving right along on this. I think I was a little generous in my original estimation of 2 or 3 streams. It might be 4, possibly 5 streams to finish this guy up. That's okay though. Well, that was almost bad. That was almost bad. Almost took a little too much off on that one. Kind of breaking some of the safety rules of using a knife here. But you kind of have to doing this sometimes. Not supposed to be cutting towards yourself. I really need to replace this thing. It keeps coming loose. I might have to switch X-Acto knives, possibly for one of my bigger handled ones. This one just does not want to stay tightened up, and the blade keeps coming loose. That's no good. So this goes on first, and goes here, looks like. Maybe? Is that the spot that it goes? Yeah, it goes on that. There we go. It's just gotta fit on there just right. There we go. That. And then this piece goes on there. That. And This piece then goes on top of this. Yeah. Like that. There we go. That's the sound I wanted to hear. So this now can rotate out. These come out like that. Let's do these pieces here. Making for kind of a neat little effect. And let's rinse and repeat again. Let's put it on the right way. I mean, it could be interesting to watch me try and put it on the wrong way. There we go. Make sure that's all sitting properly. And it is. Good. That one's not, though. There we go. Now it should be. Yep, there we go. Now it's sitting properly. Doesn't pop out on me. Make sure everything moves. Yep, yep, that works. However, that just popped off the way it shouldn't have. Okay. Fixed. Make sure these move. Yes, they do. Okay. And with that, I think it's time to take a break. You hate death traps. What kind of death traps? In God of War? Well, I will answer, look for an answer for that, but right now I think it's break time. Gonna grab myself, I think, a quick snack, because I'm kind of feeling my blood sugar drop a little bit. So I will be back here shortly and hope to see everybody again, and we'll chat soon.
Wanting you so damn bad. Wanting to tell you I'll never let you go. And I know you'll be true. And I can't wait to get my arms around you. I'm gonna lay you down. Hey, listen, gonna freak you so high. And I know you will be true. Gonna capture you, take you to my crib, put a spell on you. Hope you're down with it, 'cause the goddesses, yeah, they sing to me, and they tell me they want me to set you free. And the sages play, and my heart is set, and all through the day, gonna make you sweat on the count of three. Oh no, child.
It's just me and you. Gonna capture you. No, I can't be stopped when you're facing death on a mountaintop. You will persevere and you'll come to me, and I'll sit and I'll wait for you patiently. When your sword is out, yeah, I'll break you off. Just let down your shield, we can take it soft, and I'll blow your mind while we're making love. Take you to that dark world that we're dreaming of. 'Cause I'll capture you. No, you can't escape.
Hey, Bowie. How you doing tonight? All right, I am back. Got a little food. Hopefully that'll help the blood sugar level back out. So you're still playing God of War. Okay, I wasn't sure. Just thought I'd check. Okay, now to do the other side of the legs. Basically the same steps as before. Oh, you're teaching yourself Blender. I've played a little bit with Blender, not a lot. I never really got too big into it. I'm doing pretty good myself. Enjoying building this very, very massive Gundam. Let's see, let's just pull off all the parts that I need. Because I think that'll be easier in the long run anyways. So, what are you kind of working on in Blender? Just, are you working on like 3D modeling or just more 2D art type stuff? Okay, that was almost bad. I almost lost a piece there. That would have been difficult to finish it if I had completely lost that. Is that all the... No, that is not all the parts that I need. And my watch is telling me to take a moment for mindfulness. Yeah, okay. Yes, Blender is available for free, and there's some really neat stuff you can do with it once you kind of learn it. I've thought about taking the time to learn it, but never really actually sat down and did it. There we go. Man, so many parts, so many parts. Yeah, I really think that this thing is going to take me more streams than I thought it was going to finish. Of course, it's taken longer because I've also been chatting with everybody here. Well, I would definitely I would potentially be interested in looking at those. Because I've always been curious to learn Blender. I know there's some good tutorials out there. And there's a lot of neat little things in it. I've used it a little bit for working with 3D models for 3D printing, but that's about it. Now to do all the little cleanup that I need to do on these pieces so that they all fit together properly. I guess there's not as much as I thought there was there. That pops in there. Need to put these together. And I completely get overthinking the world, because, yeah. I think I do that on a daily basis. And, oh yeah, this is starting to come together fairly nicely. There's a couple of the inner pieces I need here.
Every day I try to relax and I can and I won't. Everyone around in my crew think I do, but I don't.
Just getting through parts of the legs. This thing's gonna look so nice when it's all finished. Because it's, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but thank you for the follow. And if you're still listening, Bowie, I know you've had a lot on your plate that you've been dealing with and everything you're looking to do, but love the cat emotes. Very nice. Hope you get a chance, Bowie, to do some of your makeup tutorials. I'd be really interested to see some of those. I've watched some of your the VODs that you had, but I love seeing stuff like that because there's some really neat stuff that you can do. There we go. Get back on camera here. And just are those emotes from a specific streamer? Because those are super cute. Okay. This has got to be probably the most complex Gundam I've built. By far. So many moving pieces. Oh, haha, that's why that's not fitting correctly. I put them on wrong. That's par for the course. And now for the outer armor pieces. Pixie's Creations, okay. What kind of streamer are they? Do they do like creative stuff, gaming? There we go. Oh yeah, this one's gonna need a lot. That's right. These parts need a lot of cleanup. There's a lot of sprue marks on them. A lot. There we go. Legs almost, well, I shouldn't say that. They're not almost finished. It's going to be a little bit. Quite a little bit. Oh, neat. Okay. I like a lot of the crafting YouTubers. You can learn a lot from them. Oop. It would help if I don't ignore order of operations. Getting ahead of myself. As always. Okay, that and that. Make sure that all works right. Good, good. Well, yes, it's what brought you to my channel? Just out of curiosity. There we go. So many parts, so many parts. That's all done. The lake's slowly coming together. but still very far from done. What all do we got? We got 4 panels to the legs. These will go together. I need part T6. There we go. This is where things start getting interesting. Because you've got the outer panels that I've pretty much completed for the leg. And then these pieces, which are going to be the inner part of the leg. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the little build progress. I enjoy making stuff because it's relaxing. So. But now is the part of the build where things will actually, as far as the legs go, are actually going to start coming together slowly but surely. Oh, nope, that's the wrong runner. I need the Q runner. There it is. This one. And I need the other one of those. So they're not searching everywhere for it while this goes together. And then probably 10 and 11, yep. That is exactly it, 10 and 11. Although I can feel my hands starting to shake a little bit. I may have to kill this just a little bit early tonight. We'll see. So I can feel my hands shaking really bad. And I need palm 6. And PC 3. I don't know why I didn't just cut out the other one of those as well while I was at it, because I'll need them both. There's a couple others it looks like I'll need to, yep. So, one on one side. That is the polycap, okay, good. Do the same thing here. Polycap. Polycarbonate. That could have been really bad there. That went shooting across my desk. That was almost another lost part. Which is not what you want. That's the way we want that. Like that. Okay. And I need something from the T-Runner. Ah, that one. Might get this done by the end of the stream, at least the legs. There. Then this one goes here. Oh, that's nice. It's a nice solid fit. This needs a few parts. Number 4 and number 4. So there and there, if I follow the instructions properly. And number 5, yep, number 5, and the polycaps. Oh, I can't wait to see what this actually mechanically looks like once this is all done compared to the smaller model I have. And that's okay. So this needs to go. I reversed part of it on the manual. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. Yeah. I guess that just goes to show I need to pay a little closer attention. There we go. That's what it should be. And this part goes over top. If I didn't know better, I would think I was building a chicken walker with the way these are shaped. Do more from the T-Runner, these smaller pieces. Well, that came off really easy. There we go. There. And there. How do these fit? Ah, I see. That's pretty smart. That has a little bit of movement there. This must be for part of the transformation sequence for this. The mechanics for it. There we go, just like that. Ah, these bigger pieces here. This is all internal frame structure for this. I have a feeling this boy's going to be thick. Really don't think he skipped leg day. This, if I could hang on to parts. Aha, helps if I have it the right way too. So this fits on there. That faces out. Oh, like this. Let's go right there. There we go. Haha. Found it. That's how it fits. Just took a minute. Yeah. Oh, I'm curious. I wonder if that's the knee joint. I suppose we'll find out soon. Again, helps if I put it the right way. Nope, I had it the right way. I'm just... Yep. That's gotta be the knee joint. It's gotta be what that is. And then... this here. On both sides, I'm guessing. And this right here. And how does this fit together? Ah. Yep, just like that, right? Yep. Let's clean a little bit of that up. Most of that's not going to be seen, so it's probably not majorly important that it's cleaned up. But let's just trim it down just in case there's future fitment issues with other parts. Now for the pretty parts. The clear parts. K10. And K11. More of the psycho frame parts that go underneath. big part of the gimmick for this. And then that's the top piece. Oop, missed a spot. There we go. Let's just get this together and get one side in at a time. What do we got? Just like that. And this piece locks on top. Locking it together. Good. That works. And does this connect? Oh, that's how it goes. That would explain that. There we go. Man, the engineering on these kits is just, it's amazing. Super good tolerances, amazing engineering to make all of these pieces work the way they want it to. It really is amazing, and one of the biggest reasons I love these Gundam kits. They are well worth the time to put together. Because they fit together so well. They've got everything pretty much down to a science on these things. That part right there, because of my familiarity with other versions of this particular mobile suit, automatically tells me that yes, this is the knee. This is definitely the knee. Very much so. There's a little bit of undergating on this piece to clean up. Just a little bit. Okay, I can't do that knife anymore. It is starting to drive me a little nuts because the blade doesn't want to stay. Nope. That is not the blade I need. I can use that blade. But I'd rather not. That'll work nicely. There we go. That cleans up so much better. Yeah. So there's those two pieces. I missed a little bit there. That cleaned up. And then T10 right there. Oh, that's F10. I need T10. There we go. That's the one I need. And right there. Which means I also need this one here. Yep, just like that. Good there. This fits into this, just like that. There we go. And that pops onto here. Okay. Oh boy. Did you tell her she shouldn't be doing that? Oh, look at that. In the entirety of this entire build from the last 2 streams, I am finally at an empty runner. And another empty runner. Yeah. Definitely she should be careful with it. But that's true of anybody, honestly, when it comes to alcohol. That goes together there. Same with this one. I need to clean that up a little bit. What's that? That's better. And then K. Back to the pretty parts. Yes, it can be a very slippery slope. It's a dangerous slope and a slippery slope. Probably one of the biggest reasons I don't drink anymore. because you can very easily, very quickly go way too far. And that's true of a lot of things. It's true of alcohol. It's true of your time. True of your energy. Especially with certain people. I very often found myself giving too much time to too many people, especially too many people who didn't actually value my time and just wanted something from me. There we go, just like that. There we go. Oh, this is, okay, this is the blower part of the leg. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense that that is the lower part of the leg. Oh, things are starting to come together now. We may actually have a fully formed leg by the end of the stream. Yeah, it can. I definitely get that, Sydney, and you know, the occasional drink is good and okay. It's when the drink starts to control your life that it becomes a major issue. And the biggest reason that I just kind of stopped. Because I know what I was willing to do when it came to my depression and alcohol. So it was better to step away and just not touch it. And with your, as far as your health goes, with a lot of the stuff you're fighting right now, it'd probably be best to avoid it. Probably for one big reason, alcohol, no matter what kind, has a lot of sugar in it. And alcohol is probably the epitome, beer especially, but is the epitome of empty carbs. Lots of undergating on these pieces. That's because the areas where it's connected to the sprue are areas where a lot of it's going to be exposed. You don't want those little marks on the outside where they can be seen. And okay, just like this. Maybe. Or am I missing something? I may be missing something. I was missing something. I was being blind. But that's nothing new. Absolutely nothing new to that one. I mean, if I wasn't wearing my contacts or glasses, I'm legally blind, so there's that. Oh yeah, so close to being done with the legs. No, actually I shouldn't say that. There's actually still a lot of parts left to this thing. Just to the legs. But they're getting closer to being legs.
People call me Eggman 'cause of my shape, not Dr. Avocado or Dr. Grape. I'm an old boy man with an old boy plan. That's eggs. Straight up on a griddle or a pan. People see my slash, damn it, make me nauseous. Fools like to step and ask if I know what.
Where are those? Those are... I don't recognize that runner.
300 IQ. I got that I got 4 and 20 rings. I'm like Australian Burger King 'cause I put eggs on everything.
Oh, there's that runner. It was hiding.
French toast, take the day off with eggs. Put 'em in your face. I got a lock on protein. That's why my figures stay so lean. I'm gonna dominate the whole scene.
But now this is actually starting to look more and more like what it's supposed to look like. All of these parts that I've been putting together are slowly making their way up to something actual. There we go. These two here. Yes. Oh, you mean the one I was talking about? Dragon's Breath? From Bairn? From Missoula, Montana? It's good. Yeah, that's I mean, camping is probably about the only time I'll ever drink anymore, and that's typically like one drink. And that's only as long as I don't bring any alcohol home.
case. And I fix my hair with glue.
But what you don't tell all your clients, justice is a science. I don't think the courtroom has a clue.
But maybe they do.
They don't.
Aw.
Hey, wait! Come on! You're going way too fast!
Tough break, butthole. You gotta go way faster. I go really fast. I never take it slow. I can break the speed of sound.
I'm his buddy, but I can't keep up at all. Out of breath and there's a countdown. Oh, man! Oh, God, oh, God! My asthma! Oh! Hey, man, do you ever think maybe we're the bad guys?
Oh, Gundam, shut the hell up! I am also fast, but I drive in a car. It's a nicer car than yours.
But God forbid you should defeat him. He'll try to start a fight. He'll beat you up, pull down your drawers. Oh,
Gotta run around my town and try to find some cash. My neighbors save me all the work.
yeah.
You just break in new people's houses. It's time to face the fact that you're a jerk. All these wretches and liberties douse them all in gasoline.
Though they say they're here to help.
Mostly they're out to help themselves. We're sick of hearing it. Your heroes are degenerate. There's not a good one in the bunch.
We rob and murder.
Everything.
We're on the hunt for prey to slay.
Join us now and chase the heroes away.
Well, what about anti-heroes? Well, shucks, I'm anti-heroes. No, I meant like, no, never mind. I'm a bad guy, but I saved a bunch of kids. Got a conscience and a heart. Boss, your body counts 1,000. They're stacked up like a mountain. You serve up executions a la carte. Well, yeah.
It's me. I like to kill a wildlife. Stomp a mushroom with a tissue. I maybe dig a vegetable and feed it to a frog. What will it do? He died! Woohoo!
Unconditionally thrilling, indiscriminately killing. Golly gee, you're just a villain. Just like me, another villain.
I'm like the god of death, and I cook crystal meth.
What did my robots ever do?
They just look at me wrong.
Innocent blood is on your hands. Got half a mind to tell your fans.
Honestly, it feels amazing. All the planets that I'm raising.
Gotta say it feels amazing.
No tears, my friend. Only dreams.
I am so bad.
There we go. We will pick up next week, around Tuesday, hopefully. But as for tonight, have a good night. Sleep well. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to one another, because we don't know what each other's gone through unless we know each other's stories.